Hello, my name is Stacy Jensen from Colorville, and today we're going to show you the background to a recipe for a photograph. This beautiful image is by Leah Photography. Please go check her out. She is absolutely amazing. So here is the before that we have, and you can see the beautiful sun coming through, but a lot of times what happens when sun is going down is you lose some of the vibrant colors. So we use the rich and lustrous set to bring back all of that vibrancy. I'm going to show you the recipe because I think in a video you'll get a little bit more of an understanding what we ran and the order that we ran it. So we started first with help with Underexposed. This action really, let me turn off all of the other layers and build them as I talk to you. That'd probably be easier. So when we turned on the help with Underexposed, we turned up the opacity to about 19%. I didn't need a perfect exposure yet because I knew I was going to run the Fix Your Exposure. So Fix Your Exposure is in here at the top. Once we ran that, we turned on some of the layers inside. We have Pop at 12%, Bam at 32, Warmth at 76, Goldness at 16, Light Air at 26, but look at what we did to the layer mask. We flipped the layer mask. Anytime you're working on a layer and you only want to paint it into areas, you can just hold down your Command if you're on a Mac or Control if you're on Windows and the letter I, and it will flip the layer mask. So that's what we did here. We inverted it and then we painted it on with a white paintbrush just over her skin because I wanted to add a little bit of air into her face. We had some shadows. Next, I turned on the brightness at 11%. Okay, so those are the first two actions. Then I ran Vintage Store. I knew that I wanted that vintage blue tone to the image, and I only wanted it on the flowers. So I took the layer mask, again, I inverted it using the Command or Control and the letter I inverted it and painted it back over just the tips of the flowers. The next thing I ran was Matte Finish, but I decided I did not like the photo in a matte. Then I ran Center Stage. I did not change the opacity, I just ran it. Maybe I changed it slightly to 26, but I believe it was pretty much what it was run at. Next, I turned on the vignettes, which adds a beautiful outside without making too much a dramatic vignette. And again, I did not change that. Now I ran Choose Your Contrast. I love this action because it comes in with 4 different contrast styles and you turn on the one that you want. Number 4, I Am Loving Lately, ran it at 67%. Next, I boosted and lifted the color. Next, I painted on my background. If you drop down this action, you can see that I used the purple haze and I painted over the tips of the flowers, and I used the deep green and painted over the plants. Next, I ran Bowl of Sparkle, which brought in back the purple at 40%. Next, I ran the blurred background and painted it just over, slightly over the background. Turn it down to 40. I'm sorry, actually I turned it down to 51. Next I ran the print sharpener. And then finally I finished up with Add a Pop of Color. I have the toner at 100%. I have Develop at 100%. And I have Pop of Color at 14. Hopefully this helps you with your recipes. If this does help, let me know. I'll certainly do more of these videos for you. Thank you again, and thank you to Leah Hope for allowing us to use her photograph.